make no mistake about it, we wouldn't have a border crisis under my watch. Hell no. We wouldn't have this crime that exists in the streets of New York. You wouldn't hear about me saying defund the police. We ain't defunding any police. I'm calling 911 when there's a problem. I know you're calling 911 when there's a problem. I'll be damned if I'm going to have less police officers out there. There's going to be more. That's me. I would focus on a flourishing economy and making sure we did everything we could, because I believe when you have something to lose, you know how to behave. When you have something to lose, you know how to behave. If you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. And as a result, you're willing to tear down anything, even if it's America, because you feel betrayed by a country that's supposed to be looking out for you and positioning you to thrive instead of wallow in misery and suffering. So, of course, I would pay attention to the economy. I would pay attention to all of those things.
That was just one of the clips that is just going around with Stephen A. Smith looking like he is seriously considering running for president in 2028. Now, I said, this is intriguing to me because I've been a Stephen A. fan for years. Not like I say I agree with all of his stuff, but he is an intriguing guy. I've been watching First Take and I listen to his podcast from time to time. And one thing is, although he's passionate about sports, he is very passionate about politics, and he's been more and more passionate as of late. And what I respect about Stephen A. as well is on his platform, he interviews people from both sides, the right and the left, as their viewpoints. But if you've been noticing over the past few, well, let's say since Trump's been in power especially, is that Stephen A. is more right than left. He's more conservative. But like I said, he's more on the Democrat side. But in terms of other things, he has a lot of Republican values, which makes him a Demopublican. I don't know if that's a word or not. I know some people use it, but there are more people out there, especially in the U.S., that are more Demopublicans than straight up Republican or straight up Democrat. Meaning that socially, you are down with what takes place. You agree with the social aspects of what the Democrats bring, but at the same time, conservative values, family values, and just to pick on Black people in particular, right? A lot of us came from the Caribbean islands and African countries, and we came into this country with conservative values. But you get into North America, and a lot of those views do change. With that being said, Stephen A. is not a full Democrat. And I think he wants to run on the Democrat side because he really, honestly, truly wants to change how Democrats are viewed. Because Democrat is more left than ever. They're going. I think he wants to bring more of a conservative side into the Democrats. But the question is the Democrat Party ready for that? Is the Democrat Party willing to accept where Stephen A. wants to go with this platform? I mean, you listen to him. Like, I didn't put the whole clips on with this interview, but we know Stephen A. is more. He's more right than left, and I kind of like that because, like I said, I'm a conservative person, but I'm not to the point. I'm definitely not MAGA, but like I said, I'm Canadian too, so it's not like I have a vote or anything like that. But I am more of a conservative value person. But here's the thing: I don't know if it's going to work. I honestly think, can Stephen A. be a president? Yeah, he absolutely. If you look at it now, he is a better candidate than Gavin Newsom or Kamala Harris. Gavin Newsom's a mess. Like, you look at California and the state that's in, do you really want him running your country? And Kamala Harris, let's not even get into that. And the sad thing is about the Democrat Party is if they have good candidates, they're not running. Right now, the ones that are standing out are the ones that are just so left out there. But I don't know. I honestly, as much as I think it would make it very intriguing for Stephen A. to run, and I think he would have a chance, I just don't think the Democrats would want, if he ever became the candidate, I think they would try to change him. Like the Stephen A. you see right now and what he's talking about, I believe they would try their absolute hardest to make him more a Barack Obama-ish than what he is right now. They would try to make him definitely more left-leaning values, and I don't know if that will fly. I know one thing about Stephen A. is Stephen A. is not. He's not a supporter of socialism, and the Democrats want socialism to come into effect. Stephen A's net value right now is he's worth a lot. I mean, he signed $100 million deal with ESPN. He is the voice of ESPN, and his podcast is doing well. He has businesses on the side. This dude's all about making his money. So do you see this guy? Do you see Stephen A. bowing down to socialism, where everybody makes equal value and everybody gets? Nah. He's. I don't see him going what the mayor of New York's doing. I do not see him going that route. Stephen A. is a capitalist, and I don't know if the Democrats are cool with that. Another thing, and this one, I think it's kind of important, is that of all the years that Stephen A's been in the spotlight, he keeps his social life very private. Like, you don't know who he's dating. Everybody he's been involved with, he's never had him in the spotlight. We know he has 2 daughters, and one of them is an actress now. And just recently, last few years, she's been in the spotlight. But he also has another daughter. But you never see who he's involved with. If he decides that he's going to run for presidency, that all changes. Who he's involved with will come out. People will start leaking out stuff from him. And his private life ain't going to be private no more. And I obviously he's thinking about that, but I don't know if he's ready for that. Because he did admit in an interview, he has a weakness for women as well. Like, in terms of, that's why he couldn't remain faithful in marriage, because he loves women. And, once you step in this realm, that level gonna jump. And does he want his private life exposed like that, where people are following him 24/7? I'm not sure if Stephen A. is ready for that. But anyway, I don't know. What are your thoughts about Stephen A. possibly running for president in 2028? I like his values, but I just don't think it will last if he runs for president. What do you think? I want to know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe to Born with Purpose. I appreciate you. Help me get to 2,000 subs as soon as possible so we can move forward with this channel and do some great things. Love y'all. God bless. I'm out. Peace.